Can Chelsea really win a game now? That's kind of a big question. I'm like every time I see them play, I'm like, there's so much money and talent on that pitch. But when they play together, it almost feels to me like they don't want to score goals. They just don't want to play. Like it's almost like nobody wants to pass the ball. It's like everybody just wants to play an individual, score an individual brilliant run, score the goal alone. And that's it. Welcome to another episode of Sports with Mongha. When it's ended, Brighton 2 and Chelsea 1 at the Stamford Bridge. I don't know what Lampard has said to these people or his team. They are not taking. There is no way Chelsea are kind of coming anywhere near to the European spots here. And Todd Bowley sitting in that and watching the game might have to sack one more manager before he gets his final manager, because this team is not clicking at all. At all. I don't see any cohesion. I don't see any movements that I'm like, okay, that was a nice. Gallagher scores the goal. They're starting like who? Why are they starting Gallagher? What? Sterling is starting games for some reason. Mount still not starting games. Madrid started today. That's kind of very interesting. But yeah, just to kind of orderly going through it. Chelsea have never lost at home to Brighton in the league, conceding just once in the 7 previous meetings at Stamford Bridge. That was a record they held before this match happened. Brighton had to make 3 changes after their defeat by Tottenham. Sanchez came in for Steele, Webster and Ferguson started. Chelsea made 6 changes from the midweek defeat to the Galacticos of Real Madrid, the Madritas, and had Pulisic, Mudryk, and Sterling in the game. This was the lineup for Chelsea eventually. Chalobah, Fofana, Badiashile and Chilwell at the back, and Gallagher, Enzo Fernandez, Zakaria in the middle, Pulisic, Sterling, and Mikhailo Mudryk on the front. Brighton, on the other hand, played a pretty solid Robert Sanchez, Veltman, Dunk, Webster, Estepanian, Gross, Caicedo, March, McAllister, Matoma, and Ferguson. Issues all around, I would say, because Chelsea scored the goal pretty quickly, or like very, very quickly. And it was a deflected shot as well, and there was no way Sanchez was getting to it. Pretty unlucky, but then, well, Chelsea got a goal. That was a good thing. They've not been scoring goals. They've been not kind of getting goals as well for some time in the Premier League. But then it was good that they got the first one. But they never looked to be the one that they will be holding onto this league for a long time, because Brighton were like really kind of in the they kind of go hunting when they know that they're down in a way, and that's kind of their performance kind of gets better. Couple of issues immediately were with Weltman, who had an injury with the Paraguayan match winner Enciso coming in. What a strike for that winner. Oh my god, that was amazing to just watch. Top corner. Kepa, no chance. There was no chance from Arrizabalaga. There was no chance from Aziralvaga to kind of save that. Kepa was like dumbfounded. But then it's going to be interesting to see how badly is Weltman injured. It was at 29th minute that this happened. It was pretty interesting. Ferguson was playing so well, and then he fell with an awkward challenge, I think, on the left foot while trying to head the ball, or stretching to head the ball in the goal. But then he had to be substituted for Welbeck in the first half. So 2 forced changes for Brighton immediately in the first half. But then Brighton and Welbeck came in and scored the goal. Beautiful crossing from Gross. Welbeck rises to the occasion and heads the ball in between the 2 defenders. Nobody's marking him completely close to him, so he gets the spot. They go in the first half with 1-1. No changes made in the first half. in the mid, but then things started moving with Ziyech coming in for Pulisic, Kovacic coming in for Fernandes, and James coming in for Fofana, and also Joao Felix coming in for Raheem Sterling. 4 changes made by Lampard immediately to kind of get the game moving, but then it all dropped. Everything dropped at 69th minute when March's pass inside for Enciso was like he just went for the 19-year-old, just whipped it 30 yards, put the foot on the ball, and it's like in top corner. Beautiful goal. Lampard would be feeling hurt. Everybody in Chelsea will be feeling hurt, of course, with this loss or when this went in. But then Mount came in for Zakaria. They just didn't look menacing at all. The other issue was like Webster looked at the end, like around 87th minute. Webster looked a little shaky. He was then substituted as well. Jan Hecke coming in. But it was all about Enciso's, like, that was a goal. Enciso's wonder goal proved decisive here at Stamford Bridge. Brighton fully deserved the win, having cancelled out Gallagher's early strike through Welbeck. The Seagulls kept their cool in the second half and got their just reward through the Paraguayan sumptuous long-range strike. Chelsea can have no complaints, I would say. Brighton stays 7th in the Premier League, a point behind Aston Villa with 2 games in hand. Brighton has 2 games in hand. Place in the Europe next season is very much in their sides, like the Conference Cup or the Europa League. Chelsea stay 11th. The Blues are winless in their last 5 league games. This season is a write-off for them. Brighton head back to the South Coast, flying high. Then Chelsea face Madrid in the second leg of their Champions League for the quarterfinal spot. Well, it tells you a story, right? When you've not won the last 5 Premier League games, and then you suddenly see Crystal Palace now creeping on you. It's pretty interesting. Chelsea is on 39 points. Crystal Palace is on 36 points. Amazing to watch that. Brighton, 49 points, 1 point behind Aston Villa, but they have 2 games in hand. If they win both of them and everybody on top of them kind of loses, Aston Villa, Tottenham, they will go 5th. Clear. They are 7 points behind Manchester United. A top 4 is not far, but then, you know, I think Europa is a good spot for them as well. But then why not? They should. That's what I'm saying. It's why they're playing for positions. They're playing for they're going to get into Europe. And De Zerbi would not kind of leave it at that. As a Chelsea fan, what do you think? Where do you go from here? Like, I really want to know from a Chelsea fan, where do you go from here? Let me know in the comment section below. What do you think? Brighton flying high, I would say, as the Seagulls do. Let me know in the comment section below what do you think. Do like this video, do share, and do subscribe. Catch you in the next one.